All right, we back here. Let's see. We back, guys? You guys can hear us? Let's. All right, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened to XSplit. It just kind of like went crazy on me there. Yeah, the BB crash. That was my USB port just going nuts on me. So, apologize. I know you guys missed the last show. We will definitely go over that replay. I promise you. J.Echo won that game. It was great. I don't want to say it was a great engagement since you guys missed it, but it was a really cool engagement. We'll be definitely going into that, so that you guys can catch that engagement. We're going to go into game two. Game two is going to be on Carl Compound, and QXC picked this map, and we're going to get this started right now. Okay, here we go. So what do you think of Carl, Ruff?
It's like I said, I think it's good for Terran because of how small it is. But that center area is usually the prime area where the Zerg kind of just wants to take out the Terran armies. So it's always good for the Terran to kind of focus and stay on the sides of the map where it's kind of more choked, kind of where there's more choke points.
Right. Okay.
I find that this is a good mech map, though.
Okay, oh, it's good.
Compared to like a bio or a bio tank map. Because it's a little harder to get drops in on this map, and it's better just to kind of waltz your way over there with just a large army.
I see. And drops meaning Terran drops, or you mean Zerg drops?
Yeah, Terran drops.
Okay.
I don't see very many Zerg drops.
Yeah. Well,
so when I saw
j.Echo
the drop last game, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, I see it when it's very, very tank heavy mech, right? So that the roaches can get up right up on the tanks and take them out. But yeah, for the most part, don't really see it that often. Okay, so again, guys, just tuning in. We on the top right-hand corner we got j.Echo. We have the pink Zerg played by j.Echo, or Infinity 7's j.Echo, and the bottom left we have the purple Terran played by Complexity's QXC. Right now this is a best of 5, and j.Echo is up 1-0. This is game 2, and after the series, guys, we're going to be going over some of these replays with, replays of the games with QXC and j.Echo. So definitely stick around after the series is over. Got VVV Ruff on here doing casting with me, so. All right, the stream's not set either. Come on, what's going on today, man? Off my game today. What's? It's D3, man. D3's got me. Jeez. Okay. Sorry, guys. Setting up some Team Liquid real quick here. All right, there. That should be better. You see it on there?
Let me check. Not yet. Maybe I have to give it a sec. I do see it in at the bottom of the list.
Okay. At the bottom.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay,
there it is.
Okay. All right. Woo! All right. Okay, so it looks like Jack is going with the same 15 hatch. Looks like maybe 16 pool there. Both look like they're starting pretty similar, huh? Wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty standard play from both sides.
Yeah.
I can expect QXC to go for that factory opening with the reactor and take that fast expand.
Yeah, I agree with that. There we go.
Gonna on that 2 marine pressure.
There we go. Overlay showing, guys. Sorry about that. Screen changer didn't change there. But okay, looks like j.Echo's bringing 4 down. Looks like the same kind of bunker pressure here. Almost an instant replay of last game. But so it looks like only 2 Marines this time.
Yep.
QXC setting up to build that command center outside his base already. Just a little bit of harass. I'm thinking QXC is probably going to full out bunker rush, or 2 racks bunker rush one of these games.
j.Echo wasn't falling for it, so he might just do that.
That's what I mean. Hey, man, that's what a series is all about, right? Okay, so it would be interesting to see if QXC goes 2-fac early again. And you said that mech's actually good on this map, so
Yes.
I'd actually really like to see him start the same way.
I think I don't really see QXC going mech with this kind of opening. I could be wrong though. But usually what you do with that early Hellion pressure is you usually go with the Marine tank builds.
I see.
So yeah, he is getting that stim pack early. He's getting a couple Marauders to kind of fend off any kind of roach opening. And then he's probably just going to go straight into tank Marine.
Yep, there's the double gas at 40. Exactly the same as last game here. The nice thing about having this kind of 4-queen opening that jEcho's been doing is that you get a ton of creep tumors on the map too. Not to mention, not to mention all the defense that they provide. But man,
yeah, with that extra range upgrade, there's no way that the Zerg needs to really produce Zerglings anymore.
So nice. You don't have to build Zerglings. You can just. That means all the Zerglings are drones, right? And
yeah.
jEcho got up again. jEcho got up to I think 103 drones last time. That's pretty sick.
103 is too much.
Oh, it is. But then he loses 20 on that one base, and then he's at the right amount. So it's all good.
You gotta always have them spare drones, huh?
Yeah, exactly. All right. Looks like QXC still making the. Still making Hellions behind this, so he's got 3 at home. What do you think about the Hellion stem kind of timing here? I know guys like Pold or a lot of people do against Stefano-like builds, right?
Yeah, I really don't see it very often. The only players I ever see it from are usually Korean players, or I have seen the Muslim do it. I've never really seen any other Terran players usually use that Hellion Marine kind of stim timing attack with like 1 or 2 medevacs. Yeah. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep, exactly. It looks like QXC's coming with more of a Marauder Hellion push here, which
I think what he's going to do is he's going to use those Marauders to tank and take out that spine crawler, and try to use the Hellions to pretty much roast up everything. All them Zerglings and drones.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a little late because 14 roaches are being built here. Looks like jEcho timed that roach warren quite well there. He's even going Banes here, so it looks like there might even be a roach Bane bust behind this.
Oh yeah, from the way it looks here, he is doing that 10-minute timing roach Bane bust that you're talking about.
It just happens that it works really well against this Hellion.
It is so devastating for Terrans to try to stop. It's actually a really good. I don't even want to call it an all-in from Zerg. It's just a really good 2-base timing attack that usually wins Zerg a lot of games.
So what should QXC be doing here? Should he come back, or should he just, kind of just...
The only thing he really can do is just go right back into his base, because he has nothing to really defend against it. He doesn't have his siege tank yet, or siege tech. And if he loses that tank, it's game over.
Oh, no. That tank was right up front.
He's going to walk right in now.
Well, the Hellions are actually picking off all the Banelings in the back here.
Yeah,
doing a really good job of it. Still a lot of them. Oh my gosh, there's still a lot of them. There's still.
This is that 10-minute timing that Zergs like to do.
Well, he might hold it.
Yeah,
he might.
Looks that way, but he is behind now though, because he had to pull all his workers from his natural.
Yeah. It's 40. Actually, QXC has 42 SUVs, so I mean, once he cleans this out a little bit, he'll be instantly back on some.
That's true. The worker count is very similar right now.
I mean, jEcho is definitely expanding behind this, so he knows this game's probably going to go on a little further. And let's see what kind of damage happens right here. Kind of good positioning by QXC.
Yeah, that tank is starting to die.
Oh, those Hellions really could be good up here. Oh no, yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
GG
had he not
by
lost that
QXC
tank
there.
in the beginning, he pulled it back and sieged it. I think he would have held that off.
Alright, GG by QXC.
Sniped out that ramp.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, jEcho's up 2-0 now in this series, this best of 5 series. Looks like, feels like QXC got a little unfortunate there that jEcho was planning that timing, so it was kind of a blind counter to what he was doing there. Okay, whoops, I just messed up the name there. Okay, so Ruff, what'd you think about that game?
I don't know really what to think. All I know is that that Zerg timing attack at 10 minutes is very strong. I know as a Terran player that's very difficult to stop on ladder, and usually when it happens, you tend to rage a little bit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because the Zerg, it's not really an all-in. The Zerg can take a third behind it. It's a very strong build from the Zerg player.
Okay, looks like QXC's picking Antigua. I think we're gonna go with the. We're actually gonna go with the ladder Antigua because I said it was all ladder games. I mean ladder maps. So this won't be MLG. Might be good for QXC actually. So let's see how this goes. Don't join my game quite yet. Okay, now you can join my game. Alright guys, again guys, we're doing a best of 5 here. After the series we're going to have j.ECHO and QXC walk us through some of these replays so we can get a sense of their decision making, logic, strategy, all that good stuff. And going to get this started on Antigua soon. If you like what you're seeing on the stream, please click the follow button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And VVV Ruff here casting with me. This guy's a good guy. Hopefully you guys are following him too. Ruff, what's your Twitter, dude?
My Twitter is just VVVRuff altogether.
Easy enough. Like it?
Yep.
Alright, let's get this party started. Thanks guys for tuning in. I know a lot of you guys are set for the Diablo 3 release tonight, so I appreciate you watching Pro Corner as always. Here we go. Let's see. Just waiting for QXC to say he's ready, and let's see.
He's probably thinking of a strategy right now.
Yeah, he's looking at the replays.
Yep.
Alright, let's look at this shirt off, please. Speaking of which, when we first got this going, QXC did have his shirt off. He's a scary mofo. Okay, what happened there? I guess he had to do something. He had to rejoin there, huh? Alright, QXC's doing something. I don't know, he might be having a little bit of issues there. Yep, Fuzzbot, thanks for reminding me. I've seen Changer for some reason it doesn't work sometimes for me, so yeah, I'm gonna have to double check it again next time.
I love your viewers.
Yeah, don't you love them? That black man, hey, I have to admit sometimes sometimes I'm not appropriately dressed from waist down when I'm doing the show. That's the beauty of doing shows.
You always want to go ahead and get into your nice suit, with tie and everything.
Yeah.
Just never stand up, Never stand up.
No.
Whenever you're doing any kind of streaming online, you'll be good to go.
Exactly. Oh, man. No suits and ties here, people. I'm really a muppet. Okay, here we go. We're gonna... Oh, no! j.ECHO's gone. Uh-oh. j.ECHO's gone this time. Everybody having some issues all around here. Let me invite j.ECHO back into the game here. Hope that doesn't screw up my scoreboard. That'd be bad. And hey, come on, j.ECHO. Waiting for j.ECHO to confirm, and we will get started here. Some good stuff. So Terrans are just hating Blizzard right now, huh, Ruff?
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of Protoss are complaining as well. A lot of the Protoss players are saying that they can't even scout with probes anymore to see what the Zergs are doing. So really this patch is very heavily Zerg favored. But I think it's more so a hindrance to any kind of Terran harass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, they're disconnecting me out of the game.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
Okay, well, you're still in StarCraft though, right? Okay, there we go. Something weird's going on here. It's really strange. Let me make myself rough here. Yep, ladder Antigua.
I like ladder Antigua.
Jayecko's
I don't know why.
of course you like ladder Antigua. I mean, of course, Terry. I mean, that was one of the reasons I decided to do ladder games because have to, have to kind of make it an interesting series, right?
It's always nice to put 2 bunkers at the bottom of a ramp. It doesn't aggravate any kind of Zerg players at all.
Oh god, yeah, exactly right. Well, not cross bonds, right? If we're playing the right pink Zerg, we got jEcho. Scoreboard's messed up, so I'm going to have to fix it in a second, guys. And playing the top purple Terran, we got QXC. These kind of positions, I think, well, could be worse for jEcho, right? It could be worse.
I think this is really good positions for the Terran player, normally.
Oh, really?
Normally, if you're right next to the third of the Zerg, it's a lot easier to do any kind of harassments on the Zerg player. Right. This is actually really good positions for him.
Is it better, like, if it would it actually be better if he was in the other close one? I always thought it was better to be close to that.
If you want to drop in the main base, then yes. Yeah. But if not, you can easily deny that third pretty easily.
I see.
In these kind of positions. So I usually prefer these positions, to be honest.
Yeah, because I know I've heard some Terrans just like that really close drop, like the tank siege position right there at the bottom. All right, so let's see how this plays out. Looks like QXC, nothing too special in the beginning, but all ZVTs or TVZs seem to start this way. Really, no point doing anything else, doing something different, right? Okay, jEcho's sending that Overlord to the natural to get an early view of any kind of bunkers, any shenanigans like that.
Looks like both of them are doing some kind of FE build.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course the Zerg's going to do an FE build.
Yep.
I don't know very many Zergs that go pull first anymore against Terran.
Yeah, there's really no point in going pull first. I mean, Terrans are just so good against any kind of early Ling or Bane bus type of scenarios. So, or at least Ling Bane bus.
Yep.
Old style Kyrix. So looks
like love them nom drones, man.
Yeah. Looks like jEcho waited for a 17 pull. Wow. I remember Demaga talking about a 17 pull when he was on the show, and I was thinking, wow, that's risky, but I guess when you got really good drone control and I don't know, you think it's really risky for a Zerg to do that? You feel like you could kill him if you...
Not so much, because the Zerg player did find out that there was only one barracks up, so one barracks isn't going to kill the Zerg player. Now, if there was a 2 barracks, maybe like a proxy barracks or something, then possibly. But
talk to us with about what the tells are about a proxy barrack when you can't actually see the barracks.
What do you mean?
Like what should a Zerg be looking for? Whenever, even just at the ramp, is there anything he can tell that it's a proxy 2 racks?
Usually, if you're going to do a proxy 2 racks, you're going to set the racks up. Both racks is up outside the base.
Oh, both of them. Okay.
Yeah, normally. Okay, and they usually be like, I want to say around here, maybe, if you're going to do it. So you would build the barracks maybe in your base in a corner somewhere and look them down at the bottom.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Like
move them out, cut the distance a little bit.
Yeah, so
or if you wanted to do a little more all-in-ish, then you can actually proxy them closer to the base.
Gotcha. All right, looks like QXC's doing some good harass this time. He's killed a couple Zerglings already, a third one there. Just got his bunker set up a little bit further away this time.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that bunker.
It's kind of...
I think the only reason he's doing that is to kind of keep the Zerg from scouting with Zerglings.
I see.
But I don't know if that would completely stop him. I think the Zergling could get out on the right side and go to the bottom.
Yeah, looks like he's going to go Hellion Reactor here. Interesting. Yeah, definitely an interesting bunker placement. I'm not really curious. Maybe he's going to use this as a, I don't know, base point for a 2-base attack here. I don't know. Pretty cool.
I think what it also does is it does stop creep tumors as well from spreading down there. You'd have to kind of circle it around.
I see. He's already going to have the Hellions, though. I don't...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's not really necessary. Okay, looks like the Evo Chamber's going up. Spine's replaced. Got the 4 Queens. He's completely safe against any early harass here. Is he going Banshee?
There is a very fast start.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
I wonder if he's going Banshee. Or maybe QXC's going to break out some Raven action like he did last time he was
See
on
that
Pro.
circling? That's exactly what I was talking about. Sneaking out on the side. Doesn't need to be fast at all.
Oh, but those Hellions are making a beeline
oh,
to
yeah,
it. Oh, he sees it.
Bye-bye.
But that Zergling is so important, like you said, to get any kind of vision on this map. I still feel like jEcho's not taking advantage of that Overlord speed. He could have an Overlord right next to his main right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Usually you can have that Overlord up in the corner, just ready to kind of inch in to kind of see what's going on. But you were right on the call. He is going Banshees.
Yep. Here we go. It's kind of I'm not sure how I feel about Banshees, given that there's already 4 queens, right?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Cloak Banshee either, especially this late.
Yeah. All right. Let's see how this pans out. Looks like he's going Banshee. What else behind it?
I think that he might go mech this game.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but usually when you see a Cloak Banshee opening, you kind of transition into Thor Banshee Hellion. So I'm kind of hoping to see that from QXC.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like, it definitely looks like he's using that bunker to contain, but I think he's just going to harass a little bit of the bunker, buy some time to get that third up. I think he's going to go straight for that third base once he gets that command center up. I don't know, what do you think? You think he's going to make an orbital and stay there for a while, or?
Knowing QXC, he did make 4 orbitals in the first game. I think he's just going to keep orbitals.
Yeah,
I think he's pretty greedy.
Alright, so jEcho just cleared out that bunker that was set there, that was kind of containing the creep. Now he's going to be able to start moving that creep a little, inching it forward there, enough to at least cover a potential third. QXC just finishing up his command center here. It'll be interesting to see if he moves it or if he's just going to go straight to orbital and keep their mule for a little bit here. Taking his 3rd and 4th gas. Yeah, looks like he is probably going to... no, he's building 2 barracks now. But that Banshee's doing a lot of harassing, killing... How many has he killed here? He's killed 9 workers already. That's a very good harass right there.
Well.
Yeah. Wow, jEcho only has 37 drones at this point. That feels really low to me. At this point in the game. I mean, it's 10 minutes in the game. Alright, he's just up to 44 now. Banshee's just tagging whatever it can tag. It's trying to take out that evolution chamber, but nothing's being upgraded right now.
It looks like jEcho is going for a Zergling Infestor build.
Okay.
With them very fast upgrades from the melee and Carapace.
I see.
Okay, well it does look like QXC is playing standard. I was actually hoping to see mech out of that, as I think mech would be so much better against what jEcho is doing right now.
Yeah, agreed. It looks like that Evo chamber is going to get taken out. That hatchery, that macro hatch, almost got taken out in the main. That would have been really bad for jEcho.
Yep.
Okay, at some point...
Might be able to snipe it at some point if he goes back in.
Okay, chasing off the Banshees. He's got his Overseer now. Probably see a double expand here by jEcho in the near future. I'm actually surprised. Well, actually, QXC is probably a little bit nervous about all those Lings counterattacking here, so... He's got siege tanks now, so this... Oh, there it is. Oh, nice snipe. Oh, I thought he got that drone before he laid down the...
Yeah, it was so close.
Oh, this is big. Oh, is he going to be able to take it out, or at least make him cancel it?
No, I don't think so.
It's going to be real close.
He's the micro it back,
Where's that rough micro?
There it goes. Oh,
right.
no.
Alright, now it's safe. Throws down a couple changelings for the... Just to go scout. Looks like QXC's throwing down his 3rd too. Gonna wall this off with supply depots, looks like. It's interesting, both of them are so... they don't have many units at this point, so...
No.
It's a very high macro game right now. Which I think is really good for the Terran at this point. Let's see. Looks like jEcho's going 2-2. He's getting the Infestors. There's usually a timing they can hit with that, but I feel like QXC has a ton of stuff already.
Yeah.
But,
QXC does have a lot of stuff, but I think, let's see, he's going to be slightly behind on upgrades. So it really depends on when Jeko attacks. If he attacks when he has 2-2 and QXC is still on 1-1, then it could be devastating.
Yeah, which he'll probably have a good minute and a half there where that's the case.
Yeah, this is what I was talking
nice
about
land.
hitting that third so easily.
Yeah, gotcha. Actually, you could set up those tanks there too and be bombing those Zerglings right now.
Yep, exactly. You could even put them on the outside of the destructible racks there too.
Exactly. Looks like Jeko's on the way to Broodlords here. He's getting his Spire at the same time as going to Hive, which is standard Broodlord. Precursor to Broodlords, I mean. Alright, so what does QXC need to do here, do you feel, as a Terran?
I think he needs to start scouting a little more because he knows that it's easy to take out that third from the Zerg, but it's going to be a lot harder to take out bases that are away from his base, kind of like down south, where the Zerg has taken his 4th and 5th. So I think he needs to do a little more scouting here because the Zerg's macro is going to be so high at some point that he's going to have to rely on very heavy micro with all them infestors and heavily upgraded lings. It becomes very hard if you're not going mech.
Alright, looks like Jeko's establishing this 4th down here. He's got a 5th already up. Get that extra larva. He's... Wow, QXC's almost maxed here. Look at that. It's crazy.
Yep. And I think he needs to do an attack right now.
Yeah, he's got a 50 supply lead here.
He's going to have a timing.
I don't think...
if he can kill the Zerg now, then he'll win, but I feel like if the Zerg holds this, QXC will be in trouble.
Okay, here comes a counterattack with Zerglings, but, you know, QXC's got quite a few Hellions and Bio with the Medivacs there. I don't think that's going to be doing anything.
Yep.
Alright.
I think this is where QXC usually runs into trouble. He's usually trying to stop a counterattack, which usually delays his push. Gives the Zerg more time.
Yep, he's cleaning up this drop here. That could have... actually, did it do a lot of damage? No, it didn't do much damage. I think Jeko got his drones out of there in time. Yeah, I agree. I mean, every second he's wasting, I mean, is basically... Well, he's, you know, I was going to say it's Jeko getting closer to Broodlords, but he's actually not building any Corruptors right now, so...
Yep.
He's kind of Zergling and...
He's also got to watch out for the Fungals. He really needs to split really well.
Yeah, he's doing a good job splitting those Marines, making those Fungals very cost inefficient.
Yep.
Oh, that was a good attack there. Again, QXC's still 40 supply up here. Trying to take his 3rd, but Jeko's not going to shut it down. Oh, it's a planetary though. It's going to be tough to take down. Looks like Jeko's finishing 3-3 here.
It's going to get close.
Yeah, it's going to be
Depends on if he can get them Broodlords or not.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking he would get to them a little bit earlier there, because I feel like, again, you know, he could have gotten to them maybe a minute earlier, but he was just in kind of crisis mode there. Cleaning up, doing a good counterattack.
I feel like QXC is making maybe the same mistake as he did in the first game.
Yeah.
Kind of not getting those other starports or making Vikings by this point. He's got to assume that Broodlords are coming.
His counterattack's doing a lot of damage, but here's the big push by QXC. That high ground by Jeko is going to be so good here with Fungals and Broodlords and
the Broods.
Yep, here come the Broods.
So if QXC could have branched off some units to take out them other bases, and then he takes out the natural here and the Zerg would be on one base, I think he'd win it for sure. But since he still has those 2 bases down at the bottom, I think Jeko is still in this.
Well, you know, it's that situation where Jeko is going to have that crazy dominant army that QXC's not going to be able to do anything about. It doesn't even matter how many bases Jeko has.
So I'm just waiting for them other starports to go down, but I don't see any right now.
Yeah, he only has 1, right? The original with the reactor from, yeah, exactly. I don't think that's going to be enough because Jeko's going to get up to, let's see, how many Broodlords does he have right now? He's got 6 Broodlords. He doesn't quite have the number. He doesn't have that crazy number yet.
I think QXC is okay because he did take out almost all the infestors. The only infestors that Jeko has is down by his defensive base. Well, down at the naturals or expansions.
Right. He's finishing up 3-3 now too, and we know about 3-3 Marines and medevacs. They are just impossible to kill.
They're pretty good.
Pretty good. Man. Spoken from a Terran. Okay, we got up to 9 Broodlords now by j.Echo, and slowly but surely, QXC's building up that Viking count. I think we're up to what is it? 4 Vikings actually. That's not too big yet. But you know, I don't think j.Echo's army is looking as impressive as it was last game at this point. You know.
Yeah.
It's not quite as big. I mean, he was up to like, I think, what was it, 14, 15 kind of Broodlords, and he had about 8 Corruptors with it too. Okay, here we go. It's Max Army against Max Army here. Really low Viking count again. Let's see what does j.Echo's Corruptor count look like. Looks like j.Echo's only going to get to about 5 Corruptors, so.
Yeah, I think the Terran's going to be fine.
Okay, another counterattack by the Lings.
Yeah, he loves them counterattacks, I've noticed.
Well, it's been working. I mean, it's been distracting. You know, it's been delaying QXC's pushes each time, allows them to get better replacements for those Lings, like Broodlords or Infestors. Getting pretty good trades every time he does it too. So that time it wasn't as great a trade, but normally I think he's been getting some economic damage, and those Lings are free at this point in the game, right?
Pretty much. Well, I wouldn't say free. He did lose a lot of bases, so.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Well, he rebuilt those Lings, so it's going to be a little bit of rinse and repeat here, I think. Yep, he's sending them out again.
Yeah.
Just whatever he can do slow, but I think QXC's past the point that turning around, so he's just going to go. Lings are so good because once the Terran army gets to max, you can't build anything at home to actually deal with them. No planetaries or anything. But those 3-3 Marines just totally wiped out these Lings.
j.Echo's just going to let those bases sack. He's pulling his army back. I'm surprised.
Well, I don't think he could do much there. I mean, he could kill that army, but that army is really not that valuable, and he was going to lose those bases anyways, right?
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't have very many Corruptors. That's probably why he pulled back.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was saying. I didn't think his army was quite as strong looking as the previous one. Now he's got a ton of Corruptors, and he needs to morph a bunch, but he doesn't have the gas anymore because those 4th and 5th bases just got taken out.
These Marines just love stimming down at the bottom. That one medevac gotta heal them all. And I feel sorry for that medevac.
The medevac's running low on energy. Somebody give him a energy drink.
What?
All these medevacs with no energy, look.
Give him a monster. He'll be okay.
Exactly.
Or she'll be okay.
Hey now, we're not Monster or Red Bull affiliated here. Alright, here we go. It looks like QXC's setting up shop in the middle, taking the left side of the map for the most part. QXC looking really good to me. That
army is looking scary.
Yeah, I mean, j.Echo's getting that crazy Zerg army, but I feel like he's got one bullet here. Yep.
I like what QXC is doing. He did get that Ghost Academy. Usually when you spot an army with like Mass Queens, Infestors, and Broodlords, you have to get Ghost with the MP.
8 Queens.
Because the Queens will just transfuse
crazy.
Non-stop.
Yes.
Yeah, this army is extremely difficult.
It's scary.
Unless you just
Holy
have brutal, like battle cruisers. And
battle cruiser's a good idea. Hey, what happened? No! Oh my God! Ah, shit. Oh, shit! Shite. Shite. Oh boy, well I guess we're having technical difficulties here. That's not great. Not good, not good. We're gonna have to figure this out. Guys. Oh man. This is one hell of a show. So, God. So sorry. God, my ISP is, I'm gonna kill Comcast. I swear I'm gonna kill Comcast. Okay, guys, so to tell you what we'll do. They're finishing up this game. We will look at this game for sure. We're gonna get the replay of this game. And, I'm trying to get Ruff back on here. Epic, I know exactly right, Iron Man. 2 games now, exactly right when the mega battle goes, and you guys freaking, or it gets cut off somehow. Oh my God! I mean, what's going on?
That sucks.
So, are you watching the game right now? Aren't you?
Yeah, I was watching the game.
Did it finish or?
Do you want me to say anything? That's the biggest thing.
Actually, I mean, is it still going on right now, or
did you want to go in the replay?
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay.
Okay. I was gonna say one word, but then you'd know exactly what I was talking about.
Okay, send me over the replay, guys. We will let you we'll let you see it right now. I apologize again. Ah. Go net up. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on, man. My ISP's been a little bit flaky the last like a couple weeks. I'm really gonna have to get them down here and figure it out because I don't like doing this for you. I don't like having this kind of stuff happen to you happen here when I'm doing this for you guys. But I guess while we're doing this, what should we do? What should we talk about here? All right, what character are you guys gonna be playing in D3? Why don't you guys tell us what you're gonna be playing? Which character or what class of character you're gonna be playing? Actually, they can see me. You guys can see me, right? Yeah.
All right, I sent it.
Did you? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me save it. Let me find it. There it is. All right, guys. We're gonna have this replay up for you in just a second here. I apologize again for the cutoff right at the key moment, but we will be watching this game. Right about. Oh, is this going to load? I don't actually see any details here. Let's see. Oh, that didn't work for me. Oh, have I gotten it? Oh, I haven't gotten it all yet. Okay, here we go. All these Witch Doctors. Gosh, I know a lot of people are going to be playing Witch Doctor. You going to be playing D3?
Nope.
That's right. You're going to visit to visit, right? Okay, here we go.
StarCraft, you never, you don't fade off of it.
Okay, we're going to look at this replay real quick, and then we'll see if we need to continue with this or not. At what point did it get cut off, guys? Was it like 20, 23, 24, something like that?
It was right during the engagement again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's see where it was. Let's see when it was. Fast forwarding, guys, trying to get to the good stuff for us. And yeah, Witch Doctor. I've thought about Witch Doctor, but I think I'm gonna end up playing like either a Wizard or a Barbarian. Seems like up my alley. Okay, so fungal near the third rocks. Gotcha. Okay, go, go, go. Why isn't there like a 20x speed when you really need it? Alright, 2650, gotcha. Gotcha, me so cool. Me so cool. Cool, man. Was it epic, Ruff? Okay. Don't say. I don't even know why I asked that question. That was kind of stupid.
Can't say anything.
Man, this is going so slow. At least it wasn't an hour game and it cut off like in the 45-minute mark.
At the end of the replay, I'll tell you the word I would have hinted up to you.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Yeah, Demon Hunter is pretty cool, couldn't it? Ruff, you sound mad? No, he isn't. He doesn't sound mad.
Nah, this is just how I talk.
That's how I talk.
Yeah, I'm serious. It's just how I talk.
Alright, lots of action, lots of action. Alright, getting closer. Alright, this is that initial push here. And counterattack by J.Echo there. Actually, that was where the planetary was, so he couldn't do anything there. So interesting that J.Echo felt so confident he could send those lings out each of those times. Okay, getting there. It's like slowing down, jeez. How unfunny would it be if it just like cut off again? Right when I get all the way up to 26.
Don't jinx yourself.
Oh man.
You're pretty good at doing that.
Okay, getting there. Guys, like, I feel like it's going slower as we go through this game. Okay, getting there, guys. 2650. That's what we're trying to hit. All right, I'm just gonna be watching these broods for a while here. Getting there, getting there. Yeah, but that Zerg army, I have to say, before it got cut off, was looking sick. I'm not gonna make my assessment yet, but I think not having a Ghost Academy, I think, like you were saying, was
Oh, he did get the Ghost Academy.
Oh, did he eventually get it?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I
Yep.
thought he didn't have it. All right, here we go. Here we go. One more minute. One more minute. Oh, here we go.
All right, here it is.
Oh, here we getting there, getting there. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Here it is. Okay, there are the fungals. Awesome. Landed one. There's a bunch of typing there. There's one I left. All right, so looks like actually QXC pushes back. Interesting. I wonder why he did that. Was he waiting on a ghost? Is that what the deal was? Oh yeah, he's building 2 ghosts right now.
Yep.
I see. Yeah, those ghosts are going to be so huge for both the queens and the investors. J.Echo pushing in here. I'm kind of curious to see how he's just going to push straight in. Hey Kevin, watching this replay. Don't ruin it for us yet.
Okay.
All right, looks like the Roots are attacking here. Corruptor's doing damage on the medevacs and whatever Vikings there are. But looks like those transfuse on the Corruptors and the Broodlords are just going to town, cleaning up all the tanks and doors, and this is looking like game right here. I'm assuming that, given that Kevin jumped on next guy too.
Well, look at the Zerg space though. keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, he's getting dropped here too, so. It's kind of similar to the first game though, it's just that that army's just too big regardless of how many bases.
That's the word, deja vu.
Deja vu, yeah.
Yeah. It was so close, the way it looked. I think if there's like another counterattack, the game could have maybe drawn or even eliminated the Zerg because of how slow the army is. But
really, just like another.
I'm actually surprised. I think if QXC would have stayed in, maybe moved 1 or 2 medevacs out, kind of built those Marines at the other base where the planetary was, because I know he's dropping some barracks. He probably could have drawed the game or maybe eliminated the Zerg.
Drawed the game on like 2 medevacs worth of Marines?
Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. That's crazy. Well, I guess I see what you mean, because if you move out, then 16 Marines will take out a base really quickly. Yeah, I gotcha. I get you. All right, but I think in any case, I think it looks like looks like QXC GG'd. All right, jEcho takes the series 3-0. Let's get jEcho back on here. Hey Kevin, QXC's already back on here.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yep, can hear you now.
Cool.
All right, switch over. Let's switch back over here. All right, some good games. I think. Hey Joe, or jEcho, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good.
Good series, guys. We're nice playing. All right, so why don't we go over some of the replays? Definitely, we should go over the first one because I got cut off during it, and golly, man, some crazy stuff. Okay, so why don't we load up the first game?
All right.
And we can all go through it. And the first game was on Daybreak. And let's kind of fast forward it to 3 minutes, and then we'll start there. Guys, just tuning in, what we're doing is we just had QXC and jEcho play a best of 5. jEcho won 3-0, and now we're going to be going over the replays of a couple of the games so that we can kind of ask them about what their strategies were and some of the decision making they had during each of the games. Okay, I'm at 3 minutes, so let me know when you guys are ready.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
And why don't we 2X it?
All right.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I guess why don't you guys take turns? I guess talking a little bit about how you guys were opening. jEcho, why don't you go first?
All right. So I always go 15 hatch, 17 pool, especially on this map since it's so big. Scouted his ramp just to make sure that there's no proxies, or to make sure that his barracks is there rather, so it's probably not a proxy, and then it's pretty much just drones for the next couple minutes.
Okay. And QXC, talk to us a little bit about this harass that you do in the beginning. I think it was like 4 Marines.
Yeah, so pretty much it's just a 1-Rex expand where I throw down a bunker after I put down the 2 gas geysers. I have a little extra money, mineral-wise, in the build, so the bunker doesn't really affect anything.
Oh,
I'm just trying to force some units out of the Zerg.
Okay, cool.
This is where I remember that Queens are imbalanced now, and I can't actually do anything with Marines against them.
It's crazy how good they are against Marines. Like I never thought of that until I actually saw it. So saw them engaging Marines. It's crazy.
That made a huge difference. I hated the way it was before. They just come over with their first 3 Marines, no matter what build they're doing, and you pretty much have to make Zerglings.
So QXC, how do you think it's changed the metagame, this Queen change?
So instead of the Zerg having to make a decision about whether or not they need to make units early, they just make Queens and drones. Because Queens will kill actually everything that you could make at that point in the game.
Is there a Hellion count you might be able to get to that would, still do a crap load of damage even against 4 Queens?
The issue is you need, in a straight-on fight, you need 3 Hellions to kill a Queen. And if they have 3 or 4 Queens, it's just, like, if they build 2 Queens very quickly, and then build 2 more Queens very quickly, by the time you have 4 or 6 or 8 Hellions, they've already got 3 or 4 Queens in spine. So you're not going to be able to bust them, and they can pretty much just push out 3 or 4 Queens against a a small group of Hellions. Like,
not to mention the transfuse.
This game was pretty dumb because I accidentally walled in my Hellions, so you can see there's like 7 Hellions that should have been there already.
Yeah, in your base, I see.
But even then, like, having a lot of trouble really doing much with the Hellions, just kind of poking a little bit.
Any kind of run-by work here? I'm just curious. Like,
before the roaches get out, you could probably do it.
Okay.
But when my Hellions weren't reinforcing, it kind of threw me off, so I didn't go for it.
Mm-hmm. But was that your plan, though? Was to do a run-by with that many?
I mean, just depends.
Okay. Yeah, because at first I think rough. Like we were thinking he was going mech here, right? And then you had that huge transition. I think you did too, j.ECHO, right?
Yeah, that's why I went for the roach drop.
Yeah.
So when I saw that bio, I was like, what the?
I think
tanking the Thors.
Yeah. When I did this, wait. I'm not sure if that game was broadcasted yet, so anyway, when I did this in a game, that player also had the same response.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was.
Yeah, just like a big roach drop, and...
But is that, I mean, is that what you want? I mean, you want to bait him into making roaches, right, against that bio tank?
It's fine for me.
Mm-hmm. When you scouted, he was transitioning into bio tank, or what were you thinking there, j.ECHO? Because I know you were just about to drop, I think, when you had scouted it, right?
Yeah, it's kind of too late. If you have all the roaches, you can't really like do anything else with them. If I just sit on them and wait for a max or try to tech, if he pushes me, I'm just gonna die because the roaches aren't gonna be able to beat his bio.
Right.
So I went for the drop anyways, and that's when I realized, okay, I need like my infestation pick going, and I'll just basically try to pick off his what's it called, engineering base.
I see. Okay. And that was like, what's the minimal damage you would have been happy with given that you were almost max roach on that drop?
Preferably I would have wanted to like wipe his base, but
like,
what I killed was not really even close. That's why when he counter pushed me, I had next to nothing.
Is taking out just all the SCVs and command centers good enough, or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You probably kill 16 or 20 SCVs. You should never kill the orbital unless you just fall to sleep.
Yeah, sure. Looks like you kill about maybe a third of his units in all those SCVs, but.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the units lost tab and the army tab, like he's at just a gigantic disadvantage, which is why I'm able to just kind of push and kill all of his bases in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you were in really good shape when you took out the the front and the fourth. It's good bundle there. You're splitting really well against those infestors.
Probably should have just been more aggressive here.
Yeah.
If I had pushed straight into the third, but I mean I don't have any mobility with my army, and this Ling run-by does quite a bit of damage.
Talk to us about the Ling run-by, j.ECHO, because I feel like you did have infestors here, but it wasn't like you were building broodlords behind it to typically stop this kind of push by Terran. So you were sending like a great deal of your army out to counter.
Yeah, because I can't stop them anyways, whether the Lings are home or not.
Right.
I'm not gonna be able, as long as he stays sieged up and walks like this, I'm not gonna be able to touch him with the Lings anyway, so I may as well send them out and try to, like, he's wrecking my economy, so I need to try to wreck his. Yeah, just to be as cost efficient as possible, right? Yeah, because if you just decide, okay, he's here, I'm going to fight him, your units all die, and then the game's over. I noticed you still continue building Lings, though. Not like, adding maybe a few corruptors. Oh, there they are, never mind. Sorry, missed those corruptors.
You gotta do something with your minerals.
Yeah.
You can't just build infestors, broodlords, and corruptors.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so now you've morphed how many broodlords now? Like, what's a good number of broodlords you try to get to? I think I like at least 16. Okay. And I think that's enough to stop the Marines from just kind of stimming and running up to them. Right.
Or anything else.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've been having a lot of trouble against this style recently, and I don't understand it very well. Like, once they get basically the army like that he had in the first and the third game, I don't know what to do against that. Well,
queens play a huge role in that, right? So I feel like, at least an EMP, 1 or 2 EMPs landing would probably have made a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean,
still,
yeah,
it's hard to do that though. It's
Sorry,
hard to do that.
I mean, I misphrased. I do know things you can do against this. I just didn't do them in any of these games.
Right.
A combination of a lot of Vikings, a lot of good splitting. I mean, my battle micro at the end here is just absolutely horrible. And then a couple EMPs helps a lot on the infestors and the queens, and then you can actually do some damage. But
okay, the viewers actually didn't get to see this, so we're seeing this for the first time, and it looks an awful lot like the last game there.
yeah,
God, those queens are just crazy. I mean, like, those 5 corruptors, I mean, they've wrecked everything in the air because of the queens. It's so crazy.
yeah. I mean, between the queens having a pretty decent anti-air attack, and then the corruptors taking a long time to die, and the fungal growth helps you if you get a lot of Vikings.
Yeah.
It's just a really hard composition to deal with.
Gosh, so crazy. How many hotkeys are you using, jEcho, during this attack? Because I know I always have problems with this composition. And
For the army,
yeah.
I guess 4. 1 for the queens, 1 for the corruptors, 1 for the broodlords, and 5. Queens, yeah, queens, infestors, corruptors, broodlords.
Oh, shit. Jesus, that's crazy. Okay. Oh, also, QXC, I wanted to ask you about the third. Why'd you take the front one versus the left one? Given that it was going to be an orbital too, I was just curious, like what your logic is behind that.
I just like controlling space that's closer to my opponent.
Okay.
So if I have to defend that anyway, like, it's a better place for me to put my army.
Okay, cool. All right, why don't we load up the second game on Carhall? It's a pretty quick one we can talk about.
This game is not worth watching.
Okay, you don't want to watch it. That's cool.
I mean, we can watch it, but I'm going to tell you, like, it's just stupid. You're going to just, like, look at what happens, and then I'm going to explain to you what I did, and then you're going to be like, well, why didn't you win? And then I'll be like, well, because I'm horrible. And you'll be like, oh. And then the replay will end.
Okay. Well, let's leave it up to you. You want to look over it or no?
I mean, it's your show.
Yeah, I mean, but
I can give you that little speech if you want.
That's okay. We don't have to then. Let's look at the last one then.
Basically, what happens in that game is that Hellion Marauder attack is supposed to transition into tank and siege mode behind it.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I saw the roaches, I built a tank and I started siege mode, and then I got supply stuck. And then my tank ran down the ramp.
Yeah, halfway.
And then I got supply stuck again. And so instead of having like 2 or 3 tanks with siege mode, I didn't have any tanks at all, and then he just killed me. Like,
right. Okay, that's a good summary, right, viewers? Okay. All right, so let's go do the third game. Same deal, 3 minutes. And this game, kind of played out a little similar to the last one. But if there are any kind of, nuances that you can, you guys want to point out, definitely do so. Let me know when you're at 3 minutes.
I'm there.
Okay.
Just a sec. Alright, I'm there.
Okay, cool. Let's start at 3, 2, 1, go. So given the positions, do you guys adjust your play at all? Like strategy-wise, or?
I mean, I can like siege across the third pretty easily.
Yep.
So it's really hard for him to take that base that's close to us. But at the same time, like the bases in the bottom right-hand corner are a lot harder to reach. So I think what he did made sense. He took that third pretty late. Part of that was because of the Cloak Banshee, and then he favored the bottom right bases for his economy. Yeah.
Talk to me about the bunker. Me and Ruff were wondering, originally, like what your logic was behind it.
Oh, so since queens are imbalanced now, you can't actually put bunkers anywhere near them. And a lot of people are doing this style where you make like 4 or 6 queens or whatever, and then you just spread creep and it goes everywhere, and it's really, really annoying.
Right.
So I put this bunker at the bottom of the ramp to basically like cut the creep spread off there. And so until he has Spine Crawler and creep spread down the ramp, he can't really do much about that. And then if I can get a Marauder in that bunker, then I can help keep the Spine Crawler from picking off the bunker, because the Marauder and the bunker has the same range.
I see. No, that's smart. Yeah, because the Hellions can't really contain anything anymore. So
yeah, I mean it's just like a something to do, because I always seem to lose when the game goes over like 25 minutes. So
you said the bunker, like you have excess minerals anyway, so you might as well build it, right?
Kind of.
Okay.
This is a different build.
Oh, is it? Okay.
In this build, well, actually it's a similar build, so I guess that's true. One sec. Alright, never mind. I don't know why someone's calling.
Alright, so you scout there, pretty much see.
Yeah, so the idea was I wanted to see if he was playing the same style that he did in the last games, which was like fast hatches and 2-base. And I wanted to see, because if it's a fast layer, then I have to be more careful about Spire tech, because I'm going this fast cloak Banshee. But since I scanned and then I scouted with the Hellion, so I knew he was stuck on hatchery tech for a while, so I felt more comfortable doing the Banshee and not having to worry about fast mutas or things like that.
So what were you? When did you scout the Banshee, Jacko?
Me?
Yeah.
When I came into my base.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The bunker's like more than just denying creep because of the way that we spawned. Like I did have that overload on the bottom left, but up until now, I still haven't even seen the fact that he expanded. So that's why I dropped the second Spine Crawler, Spore Crawler at the door, because I have no idea what's coming. I don't know if he's one base tank pushing me or one base Hellion Marauder or whatever, because I cannot get out of my base. And then the one link that left the base, he killed it.
Yeah, he chased it down.
How come you didn't just send an Overlord like west from your natural?
Yeah.
Yeah,
up and around. Usually people have Marines waiting, like they'll leave a Marine up in the third. I don't know if there's enough room through the top of this map to actually make it across.
Yeah, but I mean, you could even just poke into the main. Like, if you see a second gas, you can see how much has been mined out of it, things like that, to give you some.
Oh, you mean earlier on? I thought I did, but then I saw the bunker outside, so I must have brought it back inside.
All right, so you take your third. I felt like you were in.
Yeah, so at this point, I felt like I was actually going to win.
Yeah, I felt like you're in really good shape here.
I was sorely mistaken.
How bad would losing that macro hatch have been, jEcho? Because the Banshee was really close to taking out, right?
Yeah, it's pretty important. Like, because he kept me in my base for so long, and then he even killed my third.
Right.
I need a way to pump out 30 drones at once. Like at this point, I really feel like I'm screwed.
Right.
I know he's 15 seconds away from me by pushing, or if he just wants to put a siege tank on the right side of his main and do a drop, I'll never be able to keep that base.
Right.
So, yeah, I need to be able to get my drones out as fast as possible.
Yeah, the double expand the bottom right was really good here.
Yeah.
And he just got complacent, I guess. I don't know. I was like busy just getting all my shit together.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, I mean, were you just basically focused on getting to max and then just pushing after that, or?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to get my 3-base economy and production, and then get my 4th going, and then basically I push when I maxed out.
Right. And this push in theory, should kill a Zerg army that hasn't gotten to Broodlords yet. I mean, that's kind of simplifying things. But
if you don't have hive tech, it's pretty hard to take out.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of tanks, but I mean, a lot of infestors, a lot of lings, you can still kind of deal with something like that.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, so you're pushing slowly, and again, jEcho, you're sending those lings, counterattacking, and trying to get those trades, and maybe even distracting him and trying to get him to come back, right?
Yeah, like I know he's got like something like 8 tanks, and then there's even some Blue Flame Hellions in there. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to kill that. If I stay at home, I'm just gonna he's gonna push me into a corner until I'm dead.
Right. And again, you're getting those corruptors right now. Anything right here in this push, QXC, that you would have done differently? Like going back?
Probably not allowing my entire army to get fungled over and over would have been a good change.
Yeah. You mean off the ledge there? Yeah, that would have.
Yeah.
Definitely good. Yeah, once those broods are out, there was pretty much have to have Vikings or
Yeah, I
no,
mean,
you
at
have
that
to have
point,
Vikings. That's it.
I
Yeah.
definitely had no choice but to retreat. What I should have done is gone straight to the bottom right, though.
Right.
I just didn't realize, like, a couple of infestors, you can see here, a couple of infestors, if you're not paying attention to your army, will just wreck, like, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because that happened a couple of times. I A-moved some stuff down there, and he just fungled it. And then I A-moved some more stuff, and then he fungled it, so... the biggest thing that I felt like happened in this game is I just wasn't managing the right side of the map well enough. I needed some drops or to split that push or something, because there's no, like, yeah, I killed your third, but you didn't have any drones there, so it didn't, it was just like killing a hatchery out in the map. And, like, the natural, sure, you kill it, but, like, he still had solid 3 base economy.
Yeah, exactly. Just lost 5 larvae, that's all I lost, pretty much, or production. Alright, Link's still going after, still getting great trades there, and at this point, how are you feeling, QXC? And both of you guys, actually. Were you guys feeling, still could win this game?
I felt like I was pretty sure I was going to lose the bottom right, so I knew I had enough tank to make it to that same kind of competition last time, just kind of make it like a budget, because if you fill in with queens, you don't need nearly as many corruptors or even broodlords because you have so much transfusion. So I just evacuated or I didn't even evacuate the bottom. He just killed everything.
Right.
And I just go for my 1 push because I already know he's got that planetary down there. There's no way I'm ever going to get down there. And his push, I don't know how much of it I actually killed, but it looked like a lot of it went home. So I still decided I'll just sit here until I've got that same composition as the first game, and then I'll go again. Yeah,
actually, the comp you ended up getting this game was even sicker. I think. I mean, it was crazy.
I mean, how do you lose when you get this composition?
I know it's
no,
pretty
like
tough.
I'm actually
no,
asking,
I mean,
like when you get to this point in the game, like what beats you, Echo?
Usually, it's if like I have a 0 link count, so there's no tanks. It's just a shitload of Marine Marauder Viking, because I literally haven't seen a ghost since they got nerfed. Just a crap ton of Marines. They come in usually from the Marines come in from all directions, the Vikings come in from all directions, and there's so much crap everywhere that queens can't really transfuse. Bungles aren't that effective because everything is just spread.
That's
so
a good
thin.
point.
So definitely don't, like, engaging it head on didn't make any sense, is what you're saying.
And the tanks aren't really killing it.
Yeah, the tanks are pretty worthless in this scenario. Yeah.
That's the bungles on the Vikings. Once they're dead, it doesn't matter because the queens are going to keep the broodlords alive, or the queens keep the broodlords alive. And I only need like 1 fungal to catch whatever 2 or 4 Vikings come out later on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, when I scanned your army and I saw those broodlords, and I saw, I mean, at that point I had like 14 tanks.
Oh gosh,
and,
yeah.
You don't, like, it's a tough decision to be like, well,
I'm just gonna
I guess I don't need these.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw away 14 tanks.
Just
Jeez.
like 8 move your tanks at them to remax, and that's probably what I should have done. But
wow, good stuff. But you know, the point that you made with you know, a higher queen count being more important than a higher corruptor count, I think it's huge. I think a lot of people feel like, you know, they need still, you know, 10 to 12 corruptors with that Broodlord Infestor army, and, you know, maybe just 3 queens. But in reality, I mean, I'm seeing you wiping out Medivacs and all the Vikings with like 6 corruptors.
No, this time I had.
Yeah, this time you had a ton.
Like 16.
Yeah, this time you had a ton. Yeah. But the first game, you actually only had like 6 or 7 of them.
6 or 8,
yeah, and you were just transfusing them the whole time. That's it. And yeah, it was pretty sick actually how well they did.
As long as you don't bunch them up, they have a shitload of health, and that's why I upgraded the armor instead of. I've been getting air armor instead of air attacks because the attack does like nothing. If you think about broodlings hitting Marines and shit, like 20 damage or 22 is almost the same thing, but the extra armor means a huge difference.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's definitely the superior decision.
Exactly. All right, guys, you mind doing some Q&A with the viewers? Cool with that?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, why don't you, to call in your questions, please add me to Skype. My Skype ID is ChanmanV, and I'll drag you into the call so you can ask QXC and j.ECHO any of your questions. And big thanks to you guys for playing that series, and obviously walking through these replays. I think a lot of people appreciate you guys, whenever you guys talk strategy and that kind of thing on your streams. So you two are definitely two of the more articulate players that have been on Pro Corner, and it's great having you on. Love having you guys on.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully next time I'll give you some better games.
Yeah, definitely. These were good games too. I mean, geez, they weren't bad
No,
games.
they aren't.
Okay, let's see. We'll take questions in the stream chat for now until people. Okay, we got somebody calling in here. But yeah, add me on Skype, guys, if you want to call in. Dominic's first. See what Dominic's how do you pronounce that? Savoye?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Dominic, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Cool.
You got a question for QXC or jEcho?
Yeah, I've got a question for jEcho. I know he's a student in computer science.
jEcho is? Really? Oh, Joe, you are?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, man, we're all computer science people here. Jesus, okay.
Basically, my question is just if he's willing to go full-time, if he continues to see great results like this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I actually start winning anything, then I would consider it. But right now, I don't know. That's not the plan right now. I wouldn't mind taking a year after school is finished to see what I could do, but really only if I started to actually think that it was possible.
Okay, and presently you don't think it's possible?
With like the way that the Koreans are basically wrecking shit up right now, and more Koreans coming over, it kind of seems like it's pretty difficult.
So you're afraid of Flash, right?
No, not. He lost to Desro. I'm not afraid of Flash, but.
Okay, just kidding. Cool.
Here,
good luck.
Here's the question, Joe. You could be the best player in the world, right, in 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Or you could start Instagram, like before it got bought by bought for $1 billion. Which one would you do?
I would be the best player.
Oh, okay, good. That's a cool answer. Very cool answer. How about you, QXC?
What your question?
2 years. Yeah. Which one would you choose?
I don't know what the other thing was, but I'd actually just take the best player thing.
Okay. Yeah, the other thing.
I don't actually care what the other one was.
Well, if you could start a tech company that could be sold for $1 billion.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. No, that's good. That's a cool answer. I like that answer from you guys. That's what we need, guys. We need players like this. Okay, we got 2 more folks here. I don't know if you knew jEcho, but QXC just got a CS degree too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just graduated like 2 days ago.
All right. Hey, Robbie, what's up?
Whatever.
Not much. I was just wondering what QXC thought of adding Ravens with Seeker Missile into the new composition, because Zergs tend to be getting a lot of Queens and Infestors and Broodlords, and they all kind of clump up in one big ball. So I was thinking Hunter Seeker might be useful on that.
Yeah, it's definitely something I've considered,
Mm-hmm.
And there's basically 2 issues to that. One is Ravens take a long time before they are actually useful, and you also need a lot of gas to do that. And so basically what I'm talking about here is Raven takes 60 seconds. You're probably going to need, let's say you get 3 starports with Tech Labs, that's like somewhat reasonable. And before you can even cast Hunter Seeker Missile, after the Raven finishes, there's like a 2-minute delay. So from the time you decide you want Ravens to the time that they're actually useful, you're waiting at least like 3 to 4 minutes. And that's just for your first 2 or 3 Ravens.
Wow.
For you to actually get like 10 Ravens that are useful, you need like 10, maybe not 10 minutes, but
10 minutes?
7 to 8 minutes. Like, does that sound reasonable to you? It doesn't sound reasonable to me.
No, it seems pretty impossible, since like at Hype Deck we start pushing you around 22, 24 minutes. So.
Yeah, so, and like the difference here is Zerg's going to be making Queens basically the whole game, and then they can save up their money. They're like, okay, I need, 10, 15 Corruptors, and they make them all at once, and then they morph 7 Broodlords, and like, they can go with it.
Yeah, you can't tailor your composition to theirs quite as quickly as they can tailor
yeah,
yours.
so So my idea was it's not like you know, like I see broodlords, I'm going to start making ravens. The idea that I want to try and I've been experimenting with a little bit is basically around like the 15 to 17 minute mark. Once you have 3 or 4 bases, you just get 2 starports with 2 tech labs, and you just start making ravens. And hopefully by the time that you need them, they actually have the energy and all the things that you need to make it useful. But that's basically the argument against it. I mean, maybe I'm closed-minded or bad at ravens. I know there's some people who say that they work, but that's kind of the trouble I've had.
Well, I think the biggest thing is if you can buy yourself time, you're good for the ravens. But if you can't buy yourself time, you're going to die before you can do anything with them. So.
I've had some people actually try to use ravens, but it's a lot harder for the Terran to control than the Zerg too, because it's true a Zerg army will bunch up, but any Zerg who sees ravens should not bunch. Like, he should make a conscious effort to not bunch up, because if you see ravens and still bunch up, then you're kind of dumb. So you just spread out really, really far, and then move really slowly, because all I need to do is get my corruptors and broodlords fighting without being all on top of each other. And then while you're trying to stim and focus fire and whatever, I'm just sitting there spamming fungal, spamming transfuse, and Hunter Seeker probably won't work.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for your question. Yeah, it's definitely not easy to handle that composition. All right, Jordan's up next. Jordan Spangenberg.
Hello.
Hey, Jordan.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
I wanted to ask QXC if what he thinks is still effective for harassment for Terran with the series of Terran nerfs and the most recent Zerg buff.
Playing Zerg.
Race change.
Yeah, I mean, if you can kind of do this thing, because Hellions have cooldown 2.5 times as long as a Queen's attack cooldown, so you can do this thing where you attack with all the Hellions and then you back up, and so that kind of like trades blow for blow, but you're still always taking damage when you do that, and it still kind of sucks. So I'm actually predicting the metagame shift to be more towards Terrans just have to play longer games, because you basically have to all in or like do a big timing attack, or you have to just get ready for the later game, because the light Hellion pressure that used to be able to do damage and deny creep and stuff like that doesn't really work the same way.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Because do you think that one racks expand is viable now, or that like one racks into fast tanks? Because that's the only way you can really counter a Roach Bane laying all in.
Yeah, I mean, ish. I don't really like going early tanks. I just feel like you don't have a lot of control over the map. Even less so than if you're making Hellions. Like you can't.
Vision.
No, you can't deny speedlings. That's the big thing. That's why everyone was making Hellions and not anything else. Because if you move out on the map with like 20 Marines or something, and he doesn't see it, like great, you win the game, he doesn't make any units, that's cool. But if he sees it coming and he makes twice as many speedlings, then you don't have any way to escape. Like once you get to the middle of the map, you're basically committed to an attack. And it's the same kind of thing with the tanks. Like once you get close enough, or like past the midway point on the map, you have no opportunity to run away. And if Zerg decides they're going to make a whole lot of army, then that's it. Like you lose that army, and so that's why people favor Hellions so much. We might see more Banshee builds, because those do allow you some degree of safety against Roaches and Banelings, but they also haven't been affected by the change with the Queens at all.
Except that Zerg will probably build more Queens, or be more likely to open 4 Queens or something.
Sure, but if you get Cloak and they don't have like spores everywhere, then you can still do things with the Banshee.
Yeah, I mean your Banshee transition was very effective. I mean it did damage, kept the Zerg in his base, and you were able to establish your third in the meantime, right? That was definitely effective.
I feel like up until maybe the 20-minute mark, in the third game, I was at a very clear advantage, despite him having a lot of queens. Like, just Banshees did damage, they gave me good harass, they gave me good information, stuff like that.
How viable is mech right now? I mean, given the current...
I'm not actually the person to ask about that.
Okay.
Maybe jEcho would know.
Yeah, mech is what you do if you're either just bored or if you are very bad. You can just make a ton of Thors and possibly beat someone so much better than you. Or maybe not even mech, just lots and lots of Thors. Make Thors, put your SCV on Thors, and then you move out with the Thors. And there's no like base race possibilities because the Terran base flies.
Right.
So eventually you do have to fight it, and that's why I did the roach drop in that second game, or sorry, in the first game, because it seems like that's one of the easier ways to get damage in on a mech player. But turns out he didn't go mech that game, so.
But given what you said,
yeah, that makes mech sound pretty good.
Yeah, the good players should do that.
The better you are, I think the less good it is, because you can't really exercise your your skills if you're really good. Yeah, because all you're doing is taking Hellions and kind of running in and hope, as you build up your Thor tank count, whatever, you just take Hellions and run in and hope that the Zerg's not ready. But if he's ready, he stops him. But it doesn't take a good player to take 16 Hellions and just go. Don't think, oh, what if I get caught? Just go. Because if you kill a certain number of drones, the Thor follow-up is, unstoppable. But the problem is when you're actually a good player, then you're kind of just hoping that the Zerg isn't ready. And if he is ready, then you're going to get screwed.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Jordan.
Hope you get featured, jEcho.
Oh, thanks a lot.
All right. Anybody else? How about we take 3 more? Sound good?
Yep.
And then we'll be done with it. I guess the real question is whether the mech strat is just better than... it doesn't matter if it takes more skill or not. It just matters that it's the better strategy, right?
I don't know if you can really say better or worse. Although to be fair, I don't know. I don't think you can say that.
Yeah, Marine King Prime still uses mech sometimes, but I just feel like when I play really bad Terrans, you can, sometimes 4 infestors can literally kill an entire army because they have no concept of splitting up units before walking around. But if you make a mech army, that can't happen, or it's a lot more difficult. Right. No, that can't happen. You can't lose a whole army.
Right, exactly. Hey, how's it going? Can you hear us? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, we can barely hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I had a question for QXC. I wanted to know if he thought this was viable for the new Queen patch. 1 Rax fast expand bunker, gas, racks, factory, reactor on the Raxes, a tech lab, and then switch one of the racks into the factory. Then I will push with Hellions and Marines. It seems to be working fine at a high diamond, low master level.
Yeah, I think that's almost exactly what I did in the first game. I've personally found that Zergs usually have too much to do initial push, and I actually wait until I have Medivacs to do that.
Yep.
But it's one of those weird things where it's not like in the other matchups where when you get to the 6-minute or the 8-minute or the 10-minute point, your opponent can only have so much based on the build they're doing. So, because Zerg can decide, do I want a drone, do I not want a drone? And so sometimes a push like that will be really effective, and sometimes a push like that will just not work at all. Because if your opponent decides to make a whole bunch of units right before you push out, then obviously your push is going to be much less effective than if they make a bunch of drones and go for a fast third or something like that. So it's, to answer your question, it's situational, and I would just be careful when you do something like that. You don't want to walk into a trap.
Right.
Oh, all right.
All right. Thanks for your question. How'd you catch all that, man? I was like, he's going through the build order, and I kind of lost him after like the first half.
I don't know. It's just like the build that I do.
Right.
I stole it from Marine King like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice. Hey, Blake, you there?
Hey, yeah. How you guys doing?
Good.
I just have a couple related questions about the Queen.
Everybody's talking about the Queen. It's funny.
Well, I play Zerg, so I've been experimenting with it a lot. Do you think they're gonna change it soon?
Both of you guys? Yeah.
I think if someone really abuses it the way that you can, I would not be surprised if they changed it. I'm not sure it's
I play High Masters, like like 20 something. I mean, it's not that good, but I've been opening, like experimenting with this like 6 queen opening you guys were talking about. Like I just get my 15 hatch, 15, 17 pool, and then just open with tons of queens. And like maybe a couple spines and take an early third. And the Hellions don't do anything. Neither do Marines.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean that's basically the point that I'm making is like queens are so strong now in terms of a defensive capacity between the increased range and just obviously transfuse.
Transmute.
This isn't like Hand of Midas.
Right.
And like the basic idea that I see, and j.ECHO, correct me if I'm wrong here, is you make a bunch of queens, and then you get sick creep spread, and you can basically make nothing but drones as long as you've got like decent, you don't like get caught by cloak banshees or never get speed, stuff like that. And then you can just eco really hard and basically put the game wherever you want. Like whenever you want to stop ecoing up until like the 10 to 12 minute mark, you can just do that. You don't have to ever kind of bend over to your opponent's will quite as much as before.
Yeah, I've been building up to like 80 drones or something, and just it's pretty absurd. And I was actually thinking,
on 2 base, you should he should kill you with any sort of attack if you're going to 80 drones on just queens, because I mean
with some scouting depending what he's doing, but I'm saying it's a 4 hatch before even gas is what I've been able to get away with.
Wait, 4 hatcheries?
4 hatch before gas? Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so he should just.
What I'm doing is like especially in maps that have pretty close bases, they progress. Just get a couple spines and like 6, 8 queens, and there's nothing that really can touch you on the ground unless they get some banshees, and even then you have pretty good anti-air if you get a spore up if they cloak. I don't know, but another question I have is do you think this queen change is actually stronger than the one they originally proposed?
The plus 25 energy?
Oh no,
yeah.
That would have been the greatest thing.
No, that's great. Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yeah, Zerg vs Protoss would have been over.
Yep. Transfusing like immediately. Oh my god.
I know, but for ZVT, I feel like the range is so much better.
Well, I mean, if you had 50 energy on queens,
yeah,
I would. You can give my queen 1 range. They won't even need it with how far your creep is going to go. If they started with 50 energy, you wouldn't even need the damage.
Like double tumors right when they came out. That would be.
But you should not be able to get away with 6.
Well, I've still been experimenting. That comes in my next question. What is a good viable opening for the new patch? Like when should I get my gases? Like what timing should I be worried about?
Well, I actually still open that. I open the same way now as I did before when queens only had 3 range. The only difference is now the queens can push the Hellions away rather than either.
I feel like you can get a third like really easily though. You don't even have to build an in-base hatch. You can just go for that third right away.
Yeah, you can. It's mostly just it's the same weakness that I feel like you have going mass queens is if they go Hellion Marine medevac and get stim, then queens don't do much against that. Obviously they do if you catch the medevac, but if he drops in your base, the queens still aren't going to save you from the Hellions running in and killing drones or just the Marines, because Marine DPS is way better than queen DPS.
I'm just hoping someone finally comes up with like a build, or like Day9 puts out something that you can just like look at and like standard, because I feel like you really can't get that third hatch, and then that's the only difference that really makes a difference.
Well, I mean, you could do it before. You don't. It's not. You get the hatch not necessarily because you can protect it, but because he can't kill it. Hellions don't do any damage to buildings, so you put down the hatchery, and as long as you don't let a bunch of Marines walk over, which if he reacted Hellions, he's not going to have a bunch of Marines. The hatchery is going to be fine. You just need to make sure that before the 20 minutes it takes the Hellions to kill the hatchery, you have some way to get over there.
Okay,
All right.
well, that's all my questions.
All right, thanks bud.
See you.
Yep. That's a lot of questions. All right, last call.
80 drones?
I know, that's
He
crazy.
needs to show me that build.
That's crazy. 4 hatch before gas.
Yeah,
I wish I was doing
sounds
that.
like something I should be using.
Simon.
Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
Good. Your last caller, bud. Make it a good one.
Sweet. I want to ask cl.QXC about have you tried Mass Queen on other matchups other than against Terran?
No, because they don't do any DPS against Protoss, and force fields like stop them from running away. And against Zerg, your opponent can just mirror what you do minus all the extra queens, and then basically own you because he didn't build a whole bunch of extra queens.
Would it be easier to deal with like Baneling run-bys in Zerg, or like do you still get Mass Queens in late games Zerg vs Protoss?
Versus Protoss, I still try not to because Protoss DPS it's not like Terran. It doesn't come in little bits. Marines here, Vikings there, really quick but small DPS. Protoss is usually blink, and then Broodlords just start disappearing, so you have no time to transfuse. So I go for heavy Broodlord Infestor Corruptor against Protoss. And Zerg vs Zerg, you only need like 2 or 3 queens near the ramp. Shuts down Banelings completely now. They can't go anywhere near you, as long as you have a Spine Crawler.
Oh, okay, that helps a lot. I'm just wondering, like, if you have tried, making more queens in other matchups, and that helps a lot.
I've done it in the past, but the buff didn't help that at all. You're not going to kill Stalkers or Colossus with like, a bunch of queens because now, or at least Stalker Zealots because they have 5 range on the ground.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Thank you so much, and I hope you get featured on Team Liquid.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, Simon. All you need to do, Joe, is get everybody to email them, just like Maximus Black did. Get like 2,000 people to email them.
Oh, I'm not trying to piss them off.
All right.
I have a Combat X situation going on.
Oh gosh, man. But all right, that's it for the questions, guys. Thanks for answering all those, QXC and cl.QXC. Why don't we do some shoutouts now and call it a night? QXC, why don't you go first?
Sure. Just want to shout out to my team, Complexity Gaming, our sponsors, Sound Blaster, QPad, PNY, Creative, Origin, Crash the System, and Nation Voice. And follow me on Twitter, col.QXC. Check me out on Facebook, QXC.
All right.
And that's it.
Awesome. cl.QXC?
Yeah, same thing. Shout out to Infinity 7 and our sponsors. You can follow me on Twitter at iS.jEcho and on Twitch TV at cl.QXC TV.
All right, guys. Again, big thanks to you guys for coming on Pro Corner again. You guys have been on in the past, and love it when you guys are on. And definitely, guys, follow these guys and check them out. I mean, they're QXC is going to be playing full time now. We've been waiting for the day he's been playing full time, so we're going to see some awesome stuff from him. And cl.QXC is he's been he's on the list of ones to watch for me. Like I only have like a few players on those this year, and cl.QXC is one of them. So this guy's on the verge of actually really breaking out and becoming like a mainstay in just people's minds. So Anaheim. Hopefully we see some awesome stuff from you guys. I'm got high expectations, so it'll be awesome seeing you there. And hopefully you guys get to the championship bracket, right? That's always the key. Is that enough for you guys, actually, by the way? If you got to the championship brackets, would that be enough to be happy? Like,
no.
About, okay.
Absolutely not.
Good. That's what I like to hear. All right, guys. Let's see. Busy week this week. Let me just throw out a few things. Tomorrow, climbing the ladder, guys. come and check it out. You know, take a break from your D3 marathons. I know there's a bunch of D3 marathons, and I'm going to be doing it too. So I'm taking a break just to do my climbing the ladder show at 3:30 Eastern tomorrow. I have Desra and we have Key Hunt from Check 6 to talk about some issues. Wednesday we got Scarlet and Koss show match. Check that out. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern. That should be a lot of fun. And Thursday Pro Corner, I will announce the guests probably tomorrow. VODs for this will be up later. It's going to take a lot of editing, guys, so it's not going to be up very soon. I'm just going to let y'all know right now. So I'll try to get it up sometime tomorrow, and so you guys can check it out. But thanks everybody for watching, and you know, always love you guys. And that's going to be it for Pro Corner tonight. We will see you later. Bye.
And I fucking hate bro.
Why?